What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. I think it is day 34 of the account. It is a Thursday, November 19th, and fuck, man, another red day. One trade today on ADTX, and not down as much today. Just took one small loss on it. I accidentally sold out twice here. I meant to sell my whole position right here when we failed to break past pre-market highs. But I accidentally only sold like 75%, and so I just sold the other half. That's why there's two little arrows here. Wow, though. Wow. Is small cap land ever choppy? Where do I start? So I guess I'll just start with this trade, and then I'll go to sort of my broader thoughts on what's going on right now. So ADTX, I had a watch list of about 6 stocks, 6 small caps that were on the gap scanner. You know, same thing I do every morning. And ADTX fit all the criteria. You know, it's a 4.58 million share float, so it can move quickly. Very low market cap, 17 million, and it had news. It had I don't really exactly know what it means, to be perfectly honest, but it's the company secured a certification for laboratory operations, and you know, I read into it a bit. Like, all that matters is that it has like an actual tangible news catalyst. So I'll flip over to the daily here. So I was like, okay, you know, it fits my price range, my float criteria, and then if you look at the daily chart here, really like not that much price history, which is nice, you know, less to work with. And there's this level right here on the daily at 235, and I figured if we could break through that, we could have a move down to this support here at least 282, and maybe even all the way up here to 350. And you know, like a couple months ago, or even on a hot day, this thing would have easily ripped to 350 and maybe even tested up here at $6. But today is just not that kind of day. You can see we had a bit of a fake out. That's what trapped me, and then a big dump. So this is what happened. So I was watching it here. Obviously, it's in a bit of a range here between that daily level there at 230, around 235. Excuse me. We chopped around a bit. And then you can see right here, we actually have a really nice area of support down here at 215. On open, we hold that from pre-market. And then right here is where I started to look at it here. We formed a bit of like an opening range here. So kind of like an opening pennant, you know, making lower highs and higher lows, wedging in. Boom, we break over VWAP. We break right underneath this pre-market high, plus the daily level, plus all this volume's coming in. So this is like, I was like, okay, this is it. You know, this one has the opportunity to really run. Like, look how nice that daily breakout looks. We really don't have much above it. So I went ahead and bought. I tried to calculate my position. I think I messed up the calculation. I bought only 25 shares here, but I should have been buying like 80 or 90, or not 80 or 90, but like around 80. And we pop up to 240, but I'm only up like $2 because I didn't have enough shares. So I was like, okay, no worries. I'm going to put a limit order here to buy the pullback, test these highs, and then rip. So we pull back. I get filled again there. We test the highs, push up again to a high here of 240, and right now I'm like, okay, this is nice. I was up like $4. I was like, this is looking good. We hold the high, pre-market highs here for a bit, and big flush candle. And this is just so typical right now, you know, like every single setup that I usually take that usually has follow through just isn't right now, and there's nothing you can do. It's just the market conditions. This setup met every single check mark I have on my criteria. Everything: price, float, market cap, news, daily chart, volume, profile, everything. So I can't really be upset. This is exactly what I said in my plan. I'll take an A+ setup and risk under $20, and you know, right now, including commissions, we're down about $11.75 on the day, and I'm done now because the momentum's just not there. So we tried to hold VWAP, and you know, this is I originally had my stop loss down here at the low of day, and in my comments, one guy said, yeah, I had my stops too wide. And he's actually right. You know, I don't need to give this thing all the way to the low of day to know that I'm wrong. I really only need to stop out maybe below VWAP or even on this big red rejection candle, and then just get back in if it looks like it's going to go. So, you know, I took his advice, and instead of stopping out down here at the low of day, I brought it up to VWAP. Gave it a second. I thought maybe we'd, you know, go under and pop back up. No, so I stopped out down here. And yeah, I meant to stop out all here at 221. I stopped out 50 shares there, meant to do all 75, and then I stopped out the other 25 here at 219. Yeah, and then this thing just completely dumped. So yeah, that's pretty typical action right now for small caps. You know, the only other thing that I really saw that had any sort of opportunity today was the EV sector. But before I do that, this is all the small caps I was watching, so we'll go through them. You guys probably know we're watching some of these too. FENG, you know, we had sort of this flag formation at the start of the day. Broke down, have been downtrending since. This one actually could make a move, but you know, it's like, is it worth it right now to long anything? And the answer is no. Even if this thing popped up above VWAP, and honestly, even above the high of day, I don't even think I would take a trade on it. It's just, there's rejection candles left, right, and center in the market right now on small caps. Like for instance, in TTG, Mike tried to take a trade right here and just look at the rejection. Like, we're basically just trading. This is exactly what BLNK and KNDI did yesterday. Unfortunately, they're ripping today. But yesterday, this is all they did. It was just chop in a range, and I wrote myself a note that said, make sure you don't get chopped up today. And when I saw this pump up here, I was like, I just didn't trust it, you know. And obviously, you know, my instinct there was right. We're just chopping in a range, so this thing's probably going to bounce off 280, go all the way back up and back down 50 times today. So not going to pay attention to that. ADTX, oh yeah, that's the one we traded. CIIC, once again, like, what is this? It's just chop. It's just chop. You can't trade that. BHAT, sell-off, had a nice pre-market pump. This is an epic short setup, as well as MDGS. It's crazy because sometimes these pre-market runners, they'll just keep running, and it'll have like an epic day, but this just goes to show the market conditions, how hard these sold off. Yes, those are all the small caps I was watching. And if we move over to large caps now, Tesla having an epic day here. Super annoying because I knew that this pennant was forming, but I don't know, I missed yesterday to get long on it. Yesterday was the day for sure to play Tesla. And today we're making an all-time high just slightly, and once again just chopping. The whole EV sector is like hot again today, but there's no like one stock that's really moving. That's like, feels like what all the traders are waiting for is like that one stock that everyone can trade together, kind of, or like all just jump in on and pump the thing to the moon. It's not there. So we have like this weird indecisive choppiness. There's NIO. BLNK, of course, today has the move I was looking for yesterday. Like right here, remember yesterday I traded it in this little pennant, and I was looking for a breakout up to about 18, and I took a huge loss on that yesterday in the chop. And then of course today, when I'm like, no, I'm not going to touch BLNK because I got wrecked on it yesterday. Today's the day it goes. So that figures. And it's doing the same thing as yesterday too. It made a big movement touching a pen. If I lose again on BLNK today, I'm going to be in a very bad mood. So that I'm just staying away from that. I'm not in a bad mood right now. I have no regrets on the ADTX trade. Totally good setup. No concerns whatsoever there. So I'm fine to just take this small L today and accept that the market's just not hot. So yeah, no worries. Yeah, once again, solo, just it feels like these are really hard to trade. Look how extended they all are too on the daily, like especially like KNDI, like man, it's just chop. It's just chop. And these things are just so extended on the daily. I don't feel comfortable taking a long on these. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Yeah, CBAT had a bit of a move, but you know, it's just chop again. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Just a small loss today, down 1175. It's what I planned on doing, so I can't be upset. The trade that I took it on, I'm not upset. You know, this is a fantastic setup. You know, I'm the same person who is trading these things and making, you know, that really nice P&L curve, and that's just not long territory right now. Shorts are just banking, so maybe I'll flip short bias next week if this continues on Monday. I'll probably come in again tomorrow and trade. I don't know if I'll take any trades tomorrow if it's like this. If it's like this again tomorrow, maybe I'll try and short a few of these on the spike. But I just don't like doing that. You get way bigger percent moves going long. Like, long is the way to go for sure in trading. The percentage moves long versus short are night and day. You know, you can get 3,000% runners like SPI, and the most you're ever going to get on a fade is 100%. So you just don't make as much on the way down, even though, you know, if the setup's there, the setup's there. But I just like going long because that's what I'm better at identifying is long setups. Yeah, so anyways, guys, taking a loss here, taking Buddy's advice and stopping out earlier than the low of day. Maybe I should move my stops up a bit closer on these and not really give them any room to run against me. That's definitely a good idea. Yeah, so that's it, guys.